Hi, Locomotion, outdoors, easy peasy. We can go for walks, we can go for runs. In the gym we've got cross trainers, we've got all sorts of different ways. We've got running machines, also different ways of doing a locomotive activity. But when we're at home, it's a little bit harder. But we can train the locomotion movement in loads of different ways. So one really basic one is on the ground. So if you've ever been to any of my classes, I really like the dead bug movement on the ground. So something like this on the ground, arms and legs up in the air, opposite sides in and out. And as you can see, I'm training that same kind of locomotive contralateral pattern, but in a really slow, defined way, which really works on core control. But it's a nice, gentle way, slow way of training that locomotive pattern. Other ways you can do it, I mentioned crawling last week. So crawling, baby crawling, so that's on your hands and knees, back and forth. Again, drilling in that crawling pattern. If you lift your knees off the ground, it makes it a really good strength and stability exercise as well. Good kind of core activation. And again, we're working that locomotion pattern. Other ways, we could do hops. So single leg hops are a really nice way of training kind of leg strength. One thing I add in quite a few of my clients is hops forward. So we do a hop forward, maybe do 3 hops forward and then hopping back like so. And a really good way of building up strength around the leg, stability around the leg. We've also got lunging patterns as well, so we can do lunges forward, lunges back. You could do a lunge matrix where you go forward, side, back, then into a curtsy lunge. That's another way of training that locomotive pattern. If you're doing those, I'd recommend using your arms in time with the movement. So arms would go up and down. See how I'm coordinating arms and movement. So if I was running, my arms would be doing that, my arms and legs would be coordinating opposite sides. So use those arms like that in that movement, and that's training that contralateral locomotive pattern. What's some other ways? I've got a few down here. I've got things like hops. Skipping's really good, so skipping, jump rope skipping, that's a really good way of training a locomotive pattern. It's got a really good crossover to running. Doesn't require a lot of space, doesn't require a lot of equipment, also gets that heart rate up really high as well. So there's a few more ways to train the locomotive pattern. Oh, one other one I thought of as I was coming up our stairs is, like I say, marching in place is a good one, but coming up and down stairs. If you found different ways of climbing your stairs, maybe doing like really big kind of monster steps, up loads of steps first. Trying to do as many kind of steps as you can in one big motion. You could crawl upstairs, you can crawl downstairs, but be careful, be safe. So there's loads of ways you can use your home and you can train in the locomotive movement, but in different ways. So if you want any help, want any tips, drop me a line.